सेवा अन्तर्गत 1 महिना 10 गतेको सुरु गरौँ। According to the 2078 census, the percentage of the population who are unemployed in Nepal भनेको 37.46. The percentage of the population who are unemployed in Nepal भनेको 37.46. Which of the following is not issued of the Nepal Gazette? Nepal Gazette को भनेको decision of the cabinet meeting. Decision of the cabinet meeting. Which of the following is not the issue in the Nepal Gazette भनेको छ decision of cabinet meeting चाहिँ हैन भनेपछि के हुन्छ amendment of the constitution चाहिँ इस्यु हो है नेपाल ग्याजेटको। अनि अर्डिनेन्स पनि इस्यु हो। अनि रिकमेन्डेसन अफ द सेक्सन अफिसर अफ जिओएन पनि इस्यु हो। विच अफ द फलोइङ इज नट द इस्यु अफ द नेपाल ग्याजेटेड डिसिजन अफ क्याबिनेट मिटिङ इज नट द इस्यु फर द नेपाल ग्याजेटेड। द ओरिजिन अफ द बिओएनपिओ इथिक ग्रुप भनेको के हो भन्दाखेरि झ्याङजुङ। द ओरिजिन अफ द बोन्पो इथनिक ग्रुप भनेको जेएचएएनजी जेएचयुएनजी जेएचएएनजी जेएचयुएनजी। झ्याङजुङ चाहिँ बोप्नो इथनिक ग्रुपको फर्म हो। Which one of the following does not belong to the model tourist destination of the any provinces of Nepal भनेको चाहिँ सिमरौनगढ। सिमरौनगढ भनेको चाहिँ does not belong to the model tourist destination of the any province in Nepal। इन्द्र सरोवर छ, पञ्चासे छ, रारा छ। सिमरौनगढ is not belong to the model tourist destination of any province of Nepal। के चाहिँ छ रारा छ, पञ्चासे छ, इन्द्र सरोवर छ। Which one of the following district headquarters is farthest from the federal capital of the capital city of Nepal भने चाहिँ बाजुराको मर्ताडी भन्ने हेडक्वार्टर चाहिँ लार्जेस्ट इट इज द फारदेस्ट हेडक्वार्टर इन द फारदेस्ट हेडक्वार्टर अफ द क्यापिटल सिटी अफ नेपाल भने चाहिँ के रहेछ त मर्ताडी इज द headquarter district headquarter farthest from the capital of city of Nepal बाजुराको होला सायद। How many country have the bilateral air routes with Nepal? 41 वटा कन्ट्रीले चाहिँ bilateral air routes एग्रिमेन्ट गरेको छ नेपालसँग। How many country have the bilateral air route agreement with Nepal? 41. Which of the following country have the largest troop in the UN force-keeping force in 2025? Which of the country have the largest troop in the UN force-keeping force 2025 भनेको नेपाल हो। Which of the following country to have the largest troop in the UN force-keeping force 2025 मा नेपाल। Which city lies in the confluence of the त्रिशुली र मर्स्याङदीमा मुगलिङ छ। Which city lies in the confluence of the त्रिशुली and मर्स्याङदी भनेको मुगलिङ छ। How many national park are there in Nepal at present भनेको 13। How many national park are there in Nepal at present? 13. The westernmost mountain range in the Nepal Himalayan is C28 of them is Gunras. The westernmost mountain range in Nepal Himalayas of the C28 of them is Gurans. 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 The percentage of the population living in the mountain region of Nepal as per latest census is 6.08. The percentage of the population living in mountain region of Nepal as per latest census is 6.08. The altitude range of the alpine climate is 3,350 देखि 5,000 मीटर हो। The altitude range of the alpine climate is 3,550 देखि 3,350 देखि 5,000 3,350 मिटरदेखि 5,000 मिटरसम्म। द मेट्रोपोलिटन सिटी एज लोएस्ट सेक्स रेसियो भनेको पोखरा मेट्रोपोलिटन सिटी एज लोएस्ट सेक्स रेसियो। जिल्ला चाहिँ प्युठान होला। स्टेट इज द फाउन्ड विच रिजन्स अफ द नेपाल भने स्लेट चाहिँ बन्दीपुरमा पाइन्छ। स्लेट इज फाउन्ड इन बन्दीपुर। स्लेट इज फाउन्ड इन विथ रिजन अफ नेपाल बन्दीपुर। हाउ मेनी सर्भिसेस आर देयर इन द सिभिल एक्ट 2049 मा 10 वटा। हाउ मेनी सर्भिसेस आर देयर इन सिभिल सर्भिस 2049 भनेको 10। Which of the following is the objective of the budget of fiscal year 2082-83 in Nepal? Which of the following is the objectives of the budget of the fiscal year 2082-83 in Nepal भनेको छ के रहेछ भन्दाखेरि अब्जेक्टिभहरू to achieve the high sustainable and broader economic growth or the poverty education to achieve the high sustainable and the broader economic growth for the poverty eradication to develop the entrepreneurship along the public and the private sector investment for the employment generation to develop the entrepreneurship along the public and private sector investment for the employment generation to encourage the use of the modern technology and enhance economic capacity to encourage the use of the modern technology and enhance the economic capacity all of the above यो चाहिँ के भयो भने objective of the budget fiscal year 2082-83 in Nepal. To whom is appointed the civil servant recommended? To whom is appointed civil servant recommended भनेको Ministry of Forest MOFAGA MOFAGA को फर्मुल कुन मिनिस्ट्री रहेछ MOFAGA भनेको मिनिस्ट्री अफ फेडरल अफेयर एन्ड general administration ministry of federal affair and general administration ministry of federal affair and general administration who is appointed civil servant recommended भनेको छ ministry of federal assistance and general assistance federal affairs and general administration who is the winner of the Nobel Prize medicine भनेको Maria Correa Machado. Maria Correa Machado is the winner of Nobel Prize. कुन देशको थियो Venezuela. Who identified the 14 management theory? Henry Fayol. Who identified the 14 management theory? Henry Fayol. 7 representatives are elected in the National Assembly from Madhya province. How many representatives are elected from the Sudur Paschim? 7 नै हो. 7 representatives are elected to the National Assembly of Madhya Pradesh and Sudur Paschimबाट पनि 7 जानै हुन्छ. In the process of identifying the grouping of the work to be performed, defining and delegating responsibility of the authority and establishing the relation for the purpose of enabling people to do the most effective together is accomplishing object भनेको organizing. It is the process of identifying and grouping of the work to be performed, defining and delegating the responsibility and authority and establishing relationship for the purpose of enabling people to work the most effective together in accomplishing objective भनेको organizing भयो. Which of the following are the features of the good governance? Accountability, conservatism, rigidity, transparency, integrity and micromanagement भनेको छ. Accountability रहेछ, त्यस पछाडि transparency र 5 मा छ integrity. Which of the following are the features of good governance? Accountability, transparency and integrity. Accountability, transparency and integrity. Which of the following is not the principle of the citizen charter भनेको transformative. Which of the following is not the principle of the citizen charter? Transformative. Which of the following is not the principle of citizen charter? Transformative. Which organ of SAC has the highest policy making body of the SAC भनेको त the summit. Which organ of the SAC is the highest policy making body of the SAC भनेको छ the summit भनेकै चाहिँ highest policy making body हो. Who proposed the sustainable development goal at the Rio+2 summit मा Colombia? Who proposed the sustainable development goal at the Rio+20 summit भनेको Colombia. BC हुन्छ, EG हुन्छ, KM हुन्छ अनि QS हुन्छ अनि के हुन्छ अरे 2-3 भयो. EFGS अनि WC हुने भयो. यो फेरि घुमेर आएर लेसन LESSN लेसनको रिड्युस भयो जस्तै टिङ्क्लचरको TINCTURE टिङ्क्लरको सोलुसन हुन्छ. चुज द फलोइङ इज द बेस्ट एक्सप्रेसन फर द मेकिङ द क्रोपुलेन्ट भनेको अब्सेस OBESC OBESC, which of the best express of the meaning of the CROPULENT भनेको OBESC अप्से. Here are the some words translated from the artificial language. Agnosrenia means the poisonous spider. Delarosinia means the poisonous snake. And Agnosdrieri means the brown spider. Which word could mean the black widow spider भनेको छ. Agnos vitribulum. Agnos vitribulum. Agnos vitribulum is the mean of the black widow spider. Odometer is the mileage भयो जस्तै कम्पासको डिरेक्सन हुन्छ. Statement no door is dog, all door are cat. Conclusion no door is cat, no cat is door, some cat are dogs, all cat are dog. भनेपछि 3 को मात्रै हुने भयो. some cat are dogs मात्रै हुने. no door is dog, all dog are cats. No door is cat, no cat is some cat are dogs. कार्बनको डायमन्ड भए जस्तै कोरोडियमको रबी हुन्छ. कार्बनको डायमन्ड भए जस्तै कोरोडियमको रबी. Bus ticket of the city A to B and 3 ticket from the city A to C are 77. 2A plus 2x plus 3y is equal to 77 गर्ने. अनि फेरि बट द 3 बस टिकट फ्रम द सिटी A to B भनेपछि 3x plus 2y is equal to 73 गर्ने. भनेपछि वाट आर द फेयर अफ द सिटी B to सिटी अफ द B and C from A भनेको छ. भनेपछि त्यहाँबाट त्यही दुईटा इक्वेसन बनाउने. अनि x र y गर्ने. एउटाको 13 अर्कोको 17 आयो. त्यसरी निकाल्ने. In a number of the friends decided to go to the picnic on the plan to spend Rs96 on eatables. 4 of them, however, did not turn up. As consequence, the remaining one had to contribute Rs 4 extra. The number of those who attend in the picnic was भनेर सोधेको छ. भनेपछि यसको लागि सबभन्दा सुरुमा के गर्नु पर्यो. The original contribution per person भनेको 96 by x भयो. So the 4 of them 4 friends did not show up, so x minus 4 people attendance भयो. भनेपछि the new contribution per person भनेको 96 by x minus 4. भनेपछि इक्वेसनले के देखायो भने 96 by x minus 4 minus 96 by x is equal to 4 हुन्छ. Divide the entire equation by 4 भयो. भनेपछि के गर्नु पर्यो. 24 by x minus 4 minus 24 by x is equal to 1 गर्ने. अनि त्यो इक्वेसन सल्भ गर्ने. अनि त्यो इक्वेसन सल्भ गर्दाखेरि x को भ्यालु कति आउने भयो. एउटा x is equal to 12 आउने भयो. भनेपछि अनि x minus 4 is equal to 12 minus 4 भनेको 8 चाहिँ करेक्ट एन्सर आउने भयो. 6 friends are sitting on a circle and facing the center of the circle. Deepa is between the Prakash and Pankaj. Preeti is between the Mukesh and Lalit. Prakash and Mukesh are opposite to each other. Who is sitting the right to Prakash भनेको छ. Prakash and Mukesh are opposite to each other भनेको छ. Deepa is in between Prakash and Pankaj. Preeti in between Mukesh and Lalit. So Prakash place at the top 12 o'clock मा भनेछ. टप 12 मा प्लेस प्रकाश टप 12 o'clock मा. अनि मुकेश भनेको कहाँ छ अरे 6 o'clock मा. अब दीपा इज बिट्विन प्रकाश एन्ड पंकज मस्ट बी अक्वायर द पोजिसन नेक्स्ट टु प्रकाश. दीपा इज राइट अफ प्रकाश एन्ड पंकज विल बी फर्दर राइट. इफ द प्लेस दीपा लेफ्ट टु द प्रकाश भनेपछि को हुने रहेछ त दीपा चाहिँ हुने रहेछ. होइन वी सिटिङ अन द राइट टु प्रकाश भनेको ललित. अब 8वटा ट्री अफ द म्याङ्गो गवा पपया एन्ड द पोमोग्रेनेट डे 1 बनाना रास्परी एप्पल इन द 2 rows अफ द इज फेसिङ नर्थ एन्ड साउथ. The lemon in between mango and apple is just opposite to guava. Banana is at the end of the line and is just right to the guava, and the other banana tree is just after the guava tree. raspberry tree, which one end of the line is just diagonally opposite to the mango tree. Which of the following statement is definitely true भनेको चाहिँ apple tree is just next to the lemon tree. Choose the word which is different from the rest भनेको छ ह्याङ्गर हो कि प्लेटफर्म हो कि पार्क हो कि डक डिओसीके डक हो ह्याङ्गर प्लेटफर्म पार्क र डकमा पार्क चाहिँ डिफ्रेन्ट हो विच वान अफ द फलोइङ इज अलवेज फाउन्ड इन ब्रेभरी भनेको छ करेज yesterday I saw an ice cube which has already melted due to the heat of the nearby furnace भनेको छ never yesterday I saw an ice cube which had already melted due to the heat of the nearby furnace भनेको never a fruit seller had a some apple he sells 40% of the still has 420 apple originally he have कति एप्पल भनेको रहेछ भनेपछि 10 सेलर 40% अफ द एप्पल द रिमेनिङ पर्सेन्ट भनेको 60% अफ एक्स भनेको 420 भनेको 400 एक्स इज इक्वल टु 420 त्यति गर्नु एक्स इज इक्वल टु 700 हुने रहेछ एन्सर A car traveling with the speed of 5/7 and its actual speed cover the 42 kilometers in 1 hour 40 minutes or 40 seconds find the actual speed of the car भनेको छ यसको लागि के हुने भयो भन्दाखेरि टाइम भनेको 1 hour 40 minutes 48 सेकेन्ड हो 48 सेकेन्ड भनेको 48/36,000 भनेको 1/75,000 40 minutes भनेको 40/6 hours भनेको 2/3 हुन्छ टोटल आवर्स भनेको 1 + 2/3 + 1/75 हुन्छ 75 + 50 + 1/75 भनेको 126/75 42/25 hours हुन्छ How find the current speed भनेको speed is equal to distance by time भनेको 25 km/h. The problem states that the speed is 5/7 of the actual speed s भनेपछि 5/7 into s is equal to 25 भयो s is equal to 25 into 7/5 भनेको 35 km/h 35 km/h चाहिँ एन्सर हुने भयो A, B, and C subscribe Rs 50,000 for a business. Subscriber A 4,000 more than the subscriber, then the B and the B Rs 5,000 more than the C. Out of the total profit Rs 35,000 A receive कति भनेको छ भनेपछि the partnership let the amount subscribed by the C. B is the subscriber of X plus 5,000. A subscriber भनेको X plus 5,000 plus 4,000 is equal to X plus 9,000. The total subscription is Rs 50,000 हुन्छ भनेपछि X plus 9,000 plus X plus 5,000 plus X is equal to 50,000 अनि त्यहाँबाट X को भ्यालु आउँछ 12,000 आउँछ भनेपछि इन्डिभिजुअलमा A को 12,000 प्लस 9,000 भनेको 21,000 B को 12,000 प्लस 5,000 17,000 C को 12,000 भनेपछि रेसियो अफ द इन्भेस्टमेन्ट अफ एबिसी भनेको 2100 1700 र 1200 भनेको 21 17 12 टोटल पार्ट भनेको 21 17 12 भनेको 50 हो एले कति सेयर गर्छ प्रॉफिट भन्दाखेरि 21/50 into 3500 भनेको 14,700 8:3:40 the hour end and minute end on the clock form an angle of कति डिग्रीमा बन्छ भनेर भनेको छ यसको लागि Website 44 a 2-digit number is such that the product of the digit is 8 and when 18 is added to the number then digits are reversed then the number is भनेर सोधेको रहेछ भनेपछि के हुने रहेछ भन्दाखेरि सबभन्दा सुरुमा चेक द प्रोडक्ट अफ द डिजिट भनेको छ अप्सनबाट जाने 18 भनेको 18 into 1 into 8 भनेको 8 भयो 24 2 into 4 भनेको 8 भयो 42 4 into 2 भनेको 8 81 सबैको 8 पोसिबल हुने रहेछ 8 18 एन्ड चेक द डिजिट इफ रिभर्स भनेको छ 18 + 18 36 भएन 20 + 18 42 24 यस भयो भनेपछि त्यो भ्यालु भनेको कति हुने रहेछ त 24 हुने रहेछ अनि 42 Find out the most among the four pattern which is the most important transfer sheet भनेको छ कुन हुन्छ 4 नम्बर हुने भइहाल्यो सेम कन्डिसन भनेको यसको पनि 4 फाइन्ड द फिटेड अफ द स्क्वायर कम्प्लिट स्क्वायर हुनको लागि भनेको 1 र 3 मिल्यो भने 1, 3 र 5 मिल्दाखेरि हुने रहेछ 1, 3 र 5 र डिफाइन्ड फिगर्स एन्ड कमेन्ट फर्म कुन बन्ने हो भन्दाखेरि सुरुको 1 नम्बरै भइहाल्यो। फाइन्ड द मिरर इमेज भनेको ए अगाडि बन्छ भन्ने थाहा भइहाल्यो। 4 नम्बरको हुने रहेछ ए भयो, त्यस पछाडि 4 भयो, अनि 1 भयो, अनि 0 अनि 1 अनि n अनि 1 अनि ए यस्तो हुने रहेछ। चुज द सेट अफ द फिगर अफ द फलोइङ, चुज द क्लोज फिगर टु द साइड्स एन्ड ओपन फिगर टु गेन देयर साइड भनेको छ। क्लोज फिगर लुजिङ देयर साइड एन्ड ओपन फिगर गेनिङ देयर साइड भनेको छ। त्यसको लागि हामीले के हुने भयो भन्दाखेरि 1 नम्बर होइन बढ्दै जान्छ, यताको चाहिँ घट्दै जान्छ भनिसकेपछि त 4 3 को हेरौँ त त्यति त्यो बढ्दै फेरि बढ्दै यहाँ बढेको छैन नि, त्यसरी बढ्दै त्यो घट्दै त्यो बढ्दै जान्छ। 3 नम्बर भयो। When the structural member in the uniform section is separated the moment at the end, then the moment required to rotate the end to produce the unit slope is called stiffness of the member. Stiffness of the member. If an interior beam exerts in structural area similar to the tributary area is obtuse angle. If an interior beam exerts in structure are exactly similar, then the tributary area is obtuse angle. Which of the following material will have the highest value of the response modification factor भनेको structural steel frame. Which of the following material will have the highest value of response modification factor structural steel frame मा चाहिँ हाइएस्ट भ्यालु हुन्छ। रेन्फोर्समेन्ट कङ्क्रिट सेयर वालमा होइन, वुडमा होइन, रेन्फोर्समेन्ट कङ्क्रिट फ्रेम विथ फ्लेक्सिबल जोइन्टमा होइन, स्ट्रक्चरल स्टिलमा। द डिग्री अफ द फ्रिडम अफ द जोइन्ट फर द रिगिड जोइन्टेड जोइन्ट प्लेन फ्रेम इज 3. द डिग्री अफ फ्रिडम अफ द जोइन्ट फर द रिगिड जोइन्टेड प्लेन फ्रेम इज 3. If ILD analysis the peak force come out to be the 2 kilonewton, then what will be the peak force loading is भनेको छ 2 into 2 भनेको 4 kilonewton. If we require to construct the ILD of the vertical support at the pit joint, then according to the Muller-Russell principle, by which type of the support should be replaced भनेको छ roller guided. If we require to construct the ILD for the vertical support at the pin, then according to the Muller-Russell principle, which type of the support should be replaced? Roller guide. के लाई अरे vertical support at pin joint लाई चाहिँ roller guided ले replace गर्ने. Which of the relationship between the shear and at the base of the each column of the portal from which is fixed support is given to the length and column given length of the column are equal? They are equal. What is the relation between the shear at the base of the each column of a portal frame which is fixed support given length of the column are equal भनेको they are equal. In which case the truss portal preferred over the simple portal भनेको when they are used to span large distance. In which case truss portal are preferred over the simple portal भनेको when they are used to span a large distance. How many assumptions do you have to make to solve the intermediate truss भनेको छ equal to the degree of indeterminacy. How many assumptions do you have to make the solve the indeterminate truss भनेको always 3 होइन, always 2 होइन, 1 less than the degree of indeterminacy होइन, equal to the degree of indeterminacy. How many assumptions do you have to solve the intermediate truss भनेको छ equal to the degree of indeterminacy. When the structural member of the uniform section is subject to the moment at the end only, then moment required so as to rotate that the end of the produce at the unit slope is called stiffness of the member. When the structural member of the uniform section is subjected to the moment at the one end only, then moment required so as to rotate that the end to produce the unit slope is called stiffness of the member. How will specific surface of the soil particle to be affected भनेको directly proportional to the electric force. How will the specific surface of the soil particle affected directly proportional to the electric force? Which types of the soil surface has a comparatively loose stable surface भनेको छ honeycomb. Which types of the soil surface has comparatively loose stable structure भनेको छ honeycomb. Which of the following factors do not affect the soil suction भनेको छ एटमोस्फेरिक प्रेसरले एफेक्ट गर्दैन. प्लास्टिसिटी इन्डेक्सले गर्छ, वाटर कन्टेन्टले गर्छ, टेम्परेचरले गर्छ। विच अफ द फलोइङ फ्याक्टर डजन्ट इफेक्ट द सोइल सक्सन भनेको एटमोस्फेरिक प्रेसर। द डिस्पर्स अकर्स इन remelted clay. The disperse occurs in remelted clay. The disperse occur in remelted clay. In silica tetrahedral unit, the silicon structure is enclosed by oxygen. In silica tetrahedral unit, the silicon structure is enclosed by oxygen. In silica tetrahedral unit, the silicon structure is enclosed by oxygen. The purpose of the soil classification is to arrange the various soil type into group. The purpose of the soil classification is to arrange the various soil type into groups. The shrinkage limit represented by the term of WS. The shrinkage limit represented by the term of WS. Which of the following branch of surveying is used to find the elevation of the given point with respect to the given or the assumed datum भनेको labeling. Which of the following branch of the surveying is used to find the elevation of the given point with respect to the given assumed datum भनेको labeling. Which of the following is the most convenient and portable instrument for the direct measurement of the direction भनेको prismatic compass. Which of the following is the most convenient and portable instrument for the direct measurement of the direction भनेको prismatic compass. Construction of the cavity wall as external wall to protect the building from the outside heat or the cold, as the hollow space between the two walls is act as a insulating material. Construction of the cavity wall as external wall to protect the building from the outside heat or the cold, as the hollow space between the two walls act as an insulating material. Which of the following metamorphic rock with a compressive strength vary from 1.8 to 3.1 per mm square भनेको छ लिटरेट. Which of the following metamorphic rock compressive strength is vary from 1.5 to 3.1 Newton per mm square भनेको लिटरेट. A frog is a mark of the depth of 10 mm to 20 mm which is placed on the face of the brick from the key of holding the mortar भनेको चाहिँ a frog is a mark of the depth about 10 mm to the 20 mm. 10 mm to the 20 mm. Frog भनेको चाहिँ mark of the depth about the 10 to 20 mm which is placed on the face of the brick from the key for the holding the mortar. The vertical joint are separating the bricks in the each layer and cross direction is known as perpends. The vertical joint separating the bricks in the either length or the cross direction is known as perpends. The vertical joint separating the bricks in the either length of the cross direction is known as perpends. In concrete masonry, a hollow concrete block has a core void area greater than 25% of the gross area. In concrete masonry, hollow concrete block has a core void area greater than 25% of the gross area. In which of the following surface finish the finishing material such as marble is used on the facing side of the block भनेको especially paste finish. In which of the following surface finishing the marble such as marble is used on the facing side of the block भनेको especially face surface. The core in the block used in the concrete masonry should be oval shape. The core in the block used in the concrete masonry should be oval shaped. Which of the following reason is not types of the mortar भनेको छ सिमेन्ट मोटार हुन्छ, लाइम मोटार हुन्छ, सिमेन्ट लाइम मोटार नै हुन्छ, लेमन मोटार चाहिँ हुँदैन. सिमेन्ट मोटार गेन स्ट्रेन्थ क्विकली while the lime mortar gain strength slowly. त्यस पछाडि in cement mortar and the lime mortar sand is used for the fine aggregate. In cement mortar and lime mortar sand is used as a fine aggregate. In term of the plastering is used to decrease the thin plastic covering. This is applied to the surface of the wall and ceiling. In term of the plastering is used to describe the thin plastic covering. This is applied on the surface of the wall and ceiling. In order to improve the adhesive and tensile property of the lime mortar, the hump is added to the lime. In order to improve the adhesive and the tensile property of the lime mortar, the hump is added to the lime mortar. त्यस पछाडि गजिङ टावर इज द अर्डिनरी ट्राभल युज फर द एप्लाइङ द मोटर अर द मोल्डिङ कर्नर एक्सेट्रा। गजिङ टावर इज अर्डिनरी ट्राभल इज युज फर द एप्लाइङ द मोटर टु द मोल्डिङ कर्नर एक्सेट्रा। वी इन्ट्रोड्युस द बार चार्ट हेनरी ग्रान्ड। वी इन्ट्रोड्युस द बार चार्ट हेनरी ग्रान्ड। द बार चार्ट विच कलर इज युज टु सो द एक्चुअल प्रोग्रेस भनेको ग्रिन चार्ट। ग्रिन चार्ट इन बार चार्ट विच कलर इज युज टु सो द एक्चुअल प्रोग्रेस भनेको ग्रिन। द सर्टेस्ट पोसिबल टाइम इन विच एन एक्टिभिटी क्यान बी अचिभ अन्डर द आइडियल सर्कमस्टेन्स भनेको अप्टिमिस्टिक टाइम इस्टिमेट। द सर्टेस्ट पोसिबल टाइम विच एक्टिभिटी क्यान बी अचिभ अन्डर द आइडियल सर्कमस्टेन्स भनेको अप्टिमिस्टिक टाइम estimate. The difference between the maximum time available and the actual time needed to perform the activity भनेको total float. The difference between the maximum time available and the actual time needed to perform an activity is known as total float. Calculate the expected completion time in week if the optimistic, pessimistic and most likely time are 4, 8, 6 weeks respectively भने चाहिँ 4 को स्क्वायर प्लस 6 को 24 प्लस 4 प्लस 8 डिभाइड बाई 6 36 डिभाइड बाई 6 भनेको 6 week आउने भयो। एमङ द फलोइङ नेटवर्क टेक्निक आइडेन्टिफाई द्याट डज नट अलाउ द प्रोजेक्ट क्यासिङ। प्रिआरटीले प्रोजेक्ट क्यासिङ एलाउ गर्दैन। द रङ स्टेटमेन्ट अफ द लिडर लाइन भनेको द लिडर लाइन इज ड्रन भर्टिकली अर होरिजेन्टली अर कर्भ चाहिँ रङ स्टेटमेन्ट हो, किनकि अ लिडर लाइन इज अ थिन कन्टिन्युअस लाइन कनेक्टिङ द नोड अर अ डाइमेन्सन फिगर भयो। One end of the leader terminates either in the arrowheads or the dot भयो अनि use of the common leader is more than one features should never be made चाहिँ हुन्छ। Which of the following scale is used in survey भनेको graphical sketch। Which of the following scale is used in survey graphical sketch? Which formula is calculate the length of the sketch भनेको maximum length to be measured into area। maximum length to be measured into area। maximum length to be measured into area। The line which passes through the focus and the perpendicular to the major axis भनेको latest rectum। The line which passes through the focus and perpendicular to the major axis। The line which passes through the focus and perpendicular to the major axis भनेको चाहिँ के हो भन्दाखेरि लेटस्ट रेक्टम हो। 3 meter away from the vertical plane and 7 meter away from the profile plane in a third quadrant, then projection are drawn on the paper. Distance between the side view and the vertical reference are 3 in a point of the 3 meters away from the vertical plane and the 7 meter away from the profile plane, a third quadrant, then the projection should be done on the paper. Distance between the side view and the vertical reference line चाहिँ 3 हुन्छ। Is the foundation on its economic analysis? The time value of money is the foundation। The time value of money is the foundation on which economic analysis is done। All of the following are the example of inappropriate practice in engineering economy expect which identify all the feasible alternative for the given project। All the following are the example of inappropriate practice in engineering economy expect identify all the feasible alternative for the given project। The benefit that not used because of the using resources in the one activity instead of the using the same resources in the another activity is better called opportunity cost। The benefit that is not used because of the using resources in the activity instead of using the same resource in order to activity is better is called opportunity cost। Which of the following costs are difficult to plan for the form of the budgeting perspective भनेको non-recurring cost। Which of the following costs are difficult to plan for the form of the budgeting perspective भनेको non-recurring cost भयो। Which of the following is better describe variable cost भनेको fuel expenses for the staff buses। Which of the following is better describes the variable cost भनेको भेरिएबल कस्टको डिस्क्राइब रेन्ट अफ द प्रिमाइसेस होइन, इन्सुरेन्स प्रिमियम पनि होइन, इन्ट्रेस्ट अफ बरोड क्यापिटल नि होइन, फ्युल एक्सपेन्सेस फर द स्टाफ बस चाहिँ भेरिएबल कस्ट हो बेटा। द मिनिमम एकाडेमिक क्वालिफिकेसन टु बी द सेक्रेटरी ब्याचलर इन रिलेटेड सब्जेक्ट। द मिनिमम क्वालिफिकेसन फर द ग्याजेटेड इन्जिनियर अफ नेपाल भनेको ब्याचलर इन रिलेटेड सब्जेक्ट। यसरी हामीले पाना सेट अन्तर्गत जनवरी 10 को सकायौँ।